In today's video, we're going to learn about trigonometric ratios, and we'll start right now. Hello everyone, my name is Shirley and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here and you'd like to improve in your maths and MS skills, start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so that you don't miss anything. Let's take a look at the first part of trigonometric ratios. The first thing in this chapter is to determine the position of hypotenuse, opposite side, and the adjacent side. So when we look at this right angle triangle, we determine which side is the longer side. So this is the longer side, okay? So I'm going to label as hypotenuse. And in short, it's H. Okay, next is to determine where is the position of the theta, which is the angle. So it's over here. So therefore, this line is the adjacent side because it's next to the angle. So adjacent side, I'm going to label it as A. Okay, and next will be the opposite side. So opposite side will be the side which is opposite the angle, which is the theta. So this is the opposite side. And I label it as O. Okay, so remember HAO. Label HAO first whenever you see a right angle triangle. So how in Chinese is called good? The next part is to define trigonometric ratios. Means we have to find sine, cos, and tangent. So for this, I'm going to introduce to you what are the formulas of sine, cos, and tangent. So for sine, cos, and tangent, it only applies for right angle triangle. Remember that. Okay? So whenever we see a triangle, we label the H, A, and O, the how. Okay? So this is the hypotenuse because it's the longer side. So I'm going to label as H. Okay, and then we determine where is the position of the angle. So this is the angle. Oh, so therefore this is the adjacent side. So adjacent side is over here. Okay, and it's A. Okay, and then this will be the opposite side because it's opposite of the angle. So opposite side, I'm going to label it as O. Okay, and then next we're going to find what are the sine, cos, and tangent formulas. Okay, I'm going to write it over here. So sine theta is equals to opposite side over hypotenuse. Okay, so next will be cos theta. Cos theta is equals to adjacent side over hypotenuse. And next will be tangent theta. So tangent theta is equals to opposite side over adjacent side. Okay, so remember in short, okay, for sine will be, you can see the S here, S, O, H. So in short, it's so. Okay, so next will be cos. So C, A, H. So for this is ka. Okay, and next will be tangent. So T, O, A, histoire. So remember, the formula is so, ka, toi. The next part is to determine the values of trigonometric ratio of acute angles. So let's look at example number 1. So we have 3, 4, and 5. Okay, let's label the how, H-A-O. Okay, so the longer side is the H. So here is the H. Okay, so let me switch this to pink color because I prefer pink. Pink is my favorite color. So pink. Okay, so here is H. Okay, so that's the longer side. And then A will be the adjacent angle. Let's look at where is the position of the angle. So this is the angle, okay? So A is over here. Okay, therefore this is O because it's the opposite side. Okay, HAO. After that, we can find the sine x value. So sine is O over H, which is so that we learned just now. Okay, so O is 3. So it's 3 over H is 5. So 5. So the value of sine x is 3 over 5. Okay, number 2. So we label the HAO first. Okay, so the H is the longer side, which is here, and then A is the side which is next to the angle, okay? And then this is the opposite side because it's opposite of the angle. Okay, so cos is A over H car, okay? So A over H. So A value is 6, okay? 6 over, and then hypotenuse H is 10. And then remember to simplify this into the simplest form. Okay, top and bottom divided by 2, so we get 3 over 5. Okay, so next, okay, tangent, yeah? So we label the HAO first, okay, label the how first. So here is the H because it's the longer side of the triangle. And then A will be this because it's adjacent side to the angle. And this is opposite because the opposite side to the angle. So tangent is 2, O over A. So O over A. So O is 5. And A is 12. So 5 over 12. So that's the answer. Let's try to solve this question. In the diagram given, sine x is equals to 3 over 5. Find the value of cos x. So we know that cos x is A over H. So which means that we need to know what are the values of A and H. Okay? So let's look at what they give us. They give us sine x equals to 3 over 5. So we have to use what they give. Okay? Sine x equals to 3 over 5. Okay, so we know that sine x is equals to O over H. So first thing, we are going to label the triangle first. So H is the longer side, okay? And then this will be the adjacent side because it's next to the angle. And this will be O because it's opposite side, okay? Opposite of the angle. So sine x will be O over H, which is PQ, okay, over H is 15, equals to 3 over 5. So we have to find the value. Okay, so we have to shift this over to the right hand side. So we get the value of PQ, which is equals to 3 over 5 multiplied by 15. Okay, so we can cancel this. So it's 3. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. So therefore, PQ is equals to 9 cm. Okay, so I'm going to label here as 9 cm. Okay. Next, we need to find what is the length of QR. So I'm going to use Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so Pythagoras theorem states that C squared equals to A squared plus B squared. Okay, C will be the longer side, which is the hypotenuse. So it's 15 squared equals to, so A will be this A, yeah? So A squared plus B squared will be the 9 squared. So this is 225 equals to A squared plus 81. Okay, so A squared will be 225 minus 81, we get 144. So A will be square root of 144. So we'll get A is equals to 12 cm. Okay, which means that this is 12 cm. So now we can find the value of cos already. Okay, because cos x is equals to A over H. Okay, so A over H. So A is 12 and H is 15. And then we simplify this top and bottom, we'll get 4 over 5. Ta-da! That's the answer. Let's look at number 5. Determine the value of each of the following. Give your answer to 3 decimal places. So sine 43. So take out your calculator. So there are the 3 buttons here we're going to use, which is sine. Okay, this is sine, cos, and tangent. Okay, so let's find sine 43. Is 0.68199 and so on. You can see that? Okay, so we're going to round this off to 3 decimal places. So it becomes 0.682. So 0.682. Okay, so that's the answer. So next will be cos 8.6. So I'm going to press cos 8.6, which is equals to 0.989 when we round off to 3 decimal places. Okay, so I'm going to write here 0.989. 9. Okay, next will be tangent 76. So tangent 76 equals to 4.011. Okay, round off to 3 decimal places. Okay, so 4.011. So that's the answer. Let's look at another example. Find the size of angle theta of each of the following. Give your answer correct to 1 decimal place. Okay, sine theta equals to 0.75. We have to find the value of theta, which is the angle. So I'm going to use the calculator. So we're going to have to use a shift sign. So there's a button of shift here. Okay, shift, and then you press sine, and then 0.75. Okay, let's try this out. So shift sign 0.75 is 48.6. Okay, correct to 1 decimal place. Okay, so theta, the working is like this. Theta is equals to, shift sign is sine -1, and then 0.75. Okay, so theta will be 48.6 degrees. Okay, so next will be cos theta equals to 0.06. So I'm going to use shift cos. 0.06 is 86.6. Okay, correct to 1 decimal place. So 86.6. So the working is theta equals to cos -1, 0.06. Okay, so it's equals to 86.6 degrees. And next will be tangent theta. So tangent theta, so shift tangent, okay, of 3.7. So the answer is 74.9. Okay? So theta is equals to tangent -1, 3.7. So it's equals to 74.9. Okay? So that's the answer. Next is to determine the values of sine, cos and tangent of 30, 45 and 60 of special angles. Okay, so look at this. To find the values of sine, cos and tangent of 30 and 60, we use the equilateral triangle. And to find the values of sine, cos and tangent 45, we use the isosceles triangle. Okay, so for equilateral triangle, the interior angles are 60 degrees, 60 degrees and 60 degrees. Okay, so we use 180 divided by 3, we get 60. And then next, I'm going to divide this into 2 parts to form a right angle triangle. Okay, so therefore this will be 30 degrees. Okay, and then next, I'm going to label this, the 3 sides. So here will be 2, 2, 1, 1. Okay, and we need to know what is this side, the height of the triangle. So we're going to use Pythagoras theorem, which is 2 square minus 1 square, and then you square root, you'll get sine 3 over here. Okay, so with this, we can find the values of sine, cos and tangent of 30 and 60. Okay, so let's find this. So sine theta, okay, let's say it's sine 30. So 30 is over here. Okay, if 30 over here, here will be h. Okay, and then here will be opposite, and here will be adjacent. Okay, so sine 30 will be so. Okay, so O over H. So O is 1, 1 over 2. So the answer is 1 over 2. Okay, so cos is ka, A over H. So A is sine 3, H is 2. So it's sine 3 over 2. And then tangent is twa. Okay, O over A, which is 1 over sine 3. Okay, now let's do for 60. Yeah? So sine 60, okay, for 60, 60 is over here. Okay, so that's 60. So, okay, I use green. So this is 60. Okay, so this 60, this is remain as H. Okay, and then this will be the A, not O anymore, it's A. And then this will be the O. Okay, so let's do this. Sine 60 is so O over H, which is sine 3 over 2. Okay, so sine 3 over 2. Okay, cos 60. Cos 60 is ka, A over H, which is 1 over 2. Okay, and then tangent is twa. So O over A, which is sine 3 over 1, which is sine 3. Okay, now let's solve for 45. So 45, we're going to use isosceles triangle. Okay, so for isosceles, we have to label this as 1 and 1. Okay, so therefore this will be 1 square plus 1 square. Then you square root, you get side 2. So this side is side 2. Okay, so next is we're gonna label the angles. So isosceles, so the sum of angles in a triangle is 180. So 180 minus 90, then divided by 2, we get here 45 degrees, and here is 45 degrees too. Okay, then after that, we can find the values of sine, cos, and tangent. Okay, sine, cos, and tangent of 45. Okay, so if it's sine 45, okay, so this will be h. Okay, and then let's say if I choose this 45, so here will be a and here will be o. Okay, so sine is o over h, which is 1 over side 2. Okay, cos is a over h, so it's 1 over side 2 also. Okay, so tangent is o over a, which is 1 over 1 is 1. Okay, so this is how you get the answers in surd form. Let's look at this solving problem. Okay, the diagram below shows a cellular telephone tower which is supported by 2 wires. Wire A is attached to the tower at an angle of elevation of 48 degrees, whereas wire B is attached at an angle of elevation of 52 degrees. Both wires A and B are attached at a distance of 10 meters and 8.5 meters away from the base of the tower, respectively. Which wire is longer? Show your calculations. Okay, so we have wire A and wire B. Okay, so let's see. So this will be the hypotenuse. Okay, if this is a right angle triangle, so here will be hypotenuse too. So if I want to separate both, I'm going to label this as H1, here H2. Okay, so here will be the angle. If 48 degrees is here, therefore this will be the A, adjacent side, and this will be the adjacent side too. Okay, so let's solve for H1 first. So A over H, which formula, sine, cos, and tangent has A over H? Cos, right? Okay, so I'm going to use cos. So cos 48 degrees is equals to ka, which is 10 over H1. Okay, so we find the values of H1 equals to 10 divided by cos 48 degrees. Okay, so therefore the length of wire A is, so you press the calculator, okay, find cos, the value of cos 48 first, okay? So you get 0.66913 and so on. Then you use 10 divided by the answer, you get 14.94. You'll get 14.94, okay? So I'm going to write here, so 14.94 meters, okay? So now let's solve for H2. So I'm also going to use cos. So cos 52 degrees is equals to, so A over H, ka, okay, which is 8.5 over H2. So H2 is going to be 8.5, okay, over cos 52 degrees, okay, which is, so let's solve this. So I'm going to press cos 52, which is 0.61566 and so on. Then after that, I'm going to use 8.5 divided by the answer. I will get 13.81. Okay, 13.81. Okay, so 13.81 meter. Okay, so which wire is longer? This is wire A. Okay, and this is wire B. So wire A is longer. Okay, so I'm going to write a statement at the bottom. So therefore, wire A is longer. So that's the answer. Well, that's all for now. Do you understand what you learned today? Let me know in the comments below. If you find this video useful, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to my new videos every single week. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you will keep on learning, keep on practicing, and keep on watching my videos, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!